이렇게 반사되는 것 같은데 이걸로 가위를 어디다 쓰는 걸까?
The window's open. The last rays of
여기서
That explains why the mirror was hanging there.
거울의
It was there to
대제품.
reflect the light. I must find a replacement.
이건 어떨까요?
A small old-fashioned shield.
이걸 거울 대신에 쓸 수가 있을 것 같은데 자 이거를
Perfect. The shield's reflecting the light beam down into the cellar.
인디애나 존스다. 더 밑으로? 왜 이쪽으로?
The light beam is reflected by the
바닥으로 비추면 안 될 것 같은데.
A picture on a stone slab. A jewel is glinting in the headpiece.
나무 지팡이에 뭔가를 보석을 박아가지고 나중에 여기다가 꼽아야 될 것 같은 느낌인데. 쓰레기밖에 없군요.
The sad remains of extinct cultures and of the last camp. I can't discover it.
자, 야채 스프님 안녕하세요. 빛이 이렇게 분산돼야 되는데 석상이
There are strange marks on the figure's pedestal. Looks like the figure may have been turned. I've got to try and turn it back to its original position.
돌려봅시다. 한 번 더. 오호. 한 번 더. 여기에 뭔가를 꼽아 넣어야 되는 것 같은 느낌이네. 가위가 있는데 가위를 어디 쓰는 걸까요? 미라한테 쓰나?
유후.
유후. 누구세요?
I will say this one more time. I'm not Mortimer.
Of course not. If you say so.
Mortimer has been kidnapped, and I wanted to rescue him. I guess...
That's terrible. You'll have to hide.
Me? Why?
They want to kidnap you.
That's already happened. Mortimer, it's Mortimer. Mortimer has already been kidnapped.
But that's impossible. Who is talking to me at night then?
Mortimer is your friend, is he not? Did he, excavate you?
You could say that. I was lying in the dark for quite some time. Then the lid opened and Mortimer was there. I've been with him ever since.
Well, as things look right now, Mortimer's not going to be here to chat for some time.
We do not chat. We discuss, we deliberate, we debate, we chat. But we would never go skiing.
Huh?
Why? Do you really want to go skiing?
I don't want to go skiing.
What is skiing?
No idea.
No idea. 왜 물어봤어? 누구세요?
Did you have an accident in a bandage factory?
No, I'm a mummy.
Mommy.
Don't mummies have their brains pulled out via their noses during the mummification process?
I don't think so.
I do.
그래, 뇌를 뽑았으면 말을 아예 할 수가 없을 것 같은데. 지하실 빗장을 어떻게 열 수 있는 거야?
How exactly do the iron bars in the cellar open? Hey, I'm talking to you.
You can speak?
You know what? Forget it. I'll work it out for myself. I'd rather search through every nook and cranny of this house than inflict any more of these conversations upon my elven ears.
You can speak?
여태까지 말했거든요?
I know you've never been down there, but there was a staff in the cellar, and there's a precious stone that belongs on the top of it, a ruby. Do you know where it is?
But of course, Mortimer. You asked me to hide it for you. Don't you remember?
I must have forgotten about that.
Oh, what would you do without me?
Could you please just give it to me? I just need it for a second.
Give it to me.
What?
The
버섯,
jewel.
버섯.
And before you ask, I mean the stone that you put somewhere safe for me. And please don't tell me that you've forgotten.
How could I forget that? You said it was very important that no one found the stone.
Oh, okay. Now please can I have it back?
Why would I give a complete and utter
Yeah.
stranger Mortimer's stone?
But I am Mortimer.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're too tall, too thin, too hairy, and you have those things there.
The thing. 한 번만 더.
But I am Mortimer.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
알았어.
I've had enough of this nonsense. Give me the jewel.
Never. Threats will get you nowhere. I'm a karate master.
카라데 마스터. 모트네가 날 보냈다.
I'm a friend of Mortimer. He's sent me to fetch something out of the cellar.
I have never seen you here before, and I never forget a face.
Please, it's urgent.
I do not know whether I can trust you. I would only give a really good friend of Mortimer's the jewel.
That's me. I saved his life. Well, maybe.
Really?
어,
If you are truly a good friend of Mortimer, then you will be able to give me the answer to the following question. What color is his underwear?
빨간색.
Red. He mostly wears red underwear.
That's right. Red silk underwear.
레드 실크.
But I'm still not quite satisfied.
아, 고양이?
What
아,
is his
고양이가
cat's
비틀이구나.
name?
비틀.
The cat is called Kitty, I think.
No, definitely
아닌가?
not.
Pussy?
비틀이었지.
Felix, Crookshanks, Jess, or Mrs. Norris.
You're just guessing now, aren't you?
No.
Well, none of them are.
But I am.
아, 금방 돌아오지.
I know the answer, but I...
일기를 읽어보면 도움이 되지 않을까요?
There's nothing more there of interest to me.
아, 없어? 근데 이 사람이 고양이도 키웠나?
A wooden tub about... Oh, great. This ha...
빨간 속옷은 봤는데 고양이 같은 건 안 보이는데. 짹짹이야.
Hey, Cheap. You'll never believe... Hey, I could do with a bit more encouragement. Thank you.
땡큐.
Yes, I'm sorry. You aren't a silly bird. Good luck, little one. And don't...
가위를 쓸 때가 어디 있을 것 같은데.
The window's open. The last rays of...
지금 가위를 얻었는데 가위를 쓸 때가
The shield...
야, 이 고양이 이름 모르겠네. 고양이 이름. 에잇, 한번 열어보자. 와, 이 사람 입에 거미줄이
Yoo-hoo!
거미가 있네요.
I know what more to...
So what?
How long are we going to carry on playing this game? I only want a fist-sized jewel from you. Is that asking too much?
Mortimer was crystal clear about this. He said I should only give the stone to him or some magician or other. And as it is quite obvious that you aren't Mortimer, you must be this other magician.
Quite right. Completely obvious.
And that magician is meant to be an old friend of Mortimer. So, what is the name of Mortimer's cat?
아, 고양이 이름 모르겠는데 이거 모기는 아니고
I know the
어딘가 고양이 이름을 얻을 수 있는 힌트가 있다는 얘기 같은데.
A dragon skull. It could have been a horntail. Nasty creatures. But there are very few around these days. The last of them are now working almost exclusively as beasts of burden. They've not just lost their viciousness, they've lost their pride too.
어떻게 용돌이?
I can still remember a time when dragons were powerful. That was centuries ago, before they were subjugated to a stranger's will by the power of magic. Once they were brought under control, they were used by the hundred on battlefields. From that, very few of them survived.
어떻게 드래곤의 운명이 이런 식으로 됐는가? 뭐 더 없는데. 욕조 말고 고양이.
A picture on a stone, a jewel is glinting in the... A picture on a stone, a jewel...
고양이의 이름을 알 수 있을 만한 힌트가 될 만한 게
This figure looks... This figure... This bird...
젠장 고양이 이름 모르겠어. 고양이 오물도 더 이상 아무것도 안 되고. 덤불 속에 뭔가 있는 것 같습니다.
There's a stone in the undergrowth. There's something written on it, but I can't see what
아,
it is.
정가이가 여기 쓰네.
That could be a little gravestone.
아, 고양이가 죽어서 묻어졌나 보다.
I don't believe it. Now I've ended up doing the gardening. It is indeed a gravestone.
그레이브스톤.
A little gravestone made of granite that's got Kinski inscribed on it.
킨스키가 고양이 이름인가 봅니다. 한번 맞겠지? 아, 가위가 어디 있으니까 했더니 저기 쓰이는 거구나. 빨리.
Yoo-hoo!
이름을 알아왔다.
I know what Mortimer...
So what?
킨스키.
His cat died some while ago. Her gravestone's outside. Her name was Kinski.
It was a tomcat. The poor thing was always so happy playing with my bandages.
Yes, very sad, very sad. But hopefully this proves that I am a good friend of old Mortimer, does it not?
You have only answered
개예요.
one of my questions.
2?
Uh,
You asked me about his underwear.
but why would his underwear be of any interest to me?
Oh, come on, don't change the subject. Are you going to give me that jewel now?
No, not yet. I have one last question. What did Count Grunschfeld or Pieperbock say to his
아니 이렇게 어려운
shortly before
질문을.
the Battle of Budlerberg?
Huh?
Wrong.
No, I just don't understand what you're talking about.
I am a trifle unsure about this too. It is a bit like a coded question.
And do you know the answer?
Of course. Mortimer told me.
And you haven't forgotten it?
I... no. So, what is the answer?
I'm your father.
He said, Henninger, I am your father.
What nonsense.
I can see dead people?
I can see
That was
dead people.
before the battle. No, that's
Sixth
all
sense.
wrong. Now tell me, what did he say to his adjutant?
다 나오네요.
Grunfeld made Henninger an offer that he couldn't refuse.
Really? So what did he offer him?
He really made him an offer.
No. What did Grunfeld?
234, of course.
How? What?
234. I know all about that. Mortimer told me many times.
234 what?
The professor is 234 years old. I've answered your question.
I asked that. Impossible. Mortimer just turned 63 on the 13th of July.
나이가 그렇게 많지는 않네요.
So, 234 what?
막 나오네 이제 막 던지네.
That, is the square root of 14,412.
Not even close. So, what was that about 234?
That's the answer to the question about life, the universe, and everything.
Now that I know. So, what is all this about 230?
How can anyone who is a good friend...
But how?
234.
Well, yes. 234?
So it turns out that you aren't such a good friend after all.
야
then.
이제 반대로
You don't even know anything about the
윽박 지르고 있네요.
234.
Oh, that! You mean
자기가
that
모티머의 좋은 친구가 아니면 안 되니까
234?
자기는 친구니까.
Yes, exactly.
With that thingy?
Precisely. I see that you are a good friend of old Mortimer's after all.
Of course.
역으로 이용당했네.
Splendid. Now that you've proven that, can you give me the jewel?
At last.
뭐야 토해냈어.
Many thanks.
You're welcome.
아무튼 구했습니다. 안녕. 뭐야 이거 완전 도어락이네 그냥. 정신 나간 도어락. 자 이걸 루비를 여기다가 꼽으면 짱. 이것도 인디애나 존스 패러디죠.
This must be the secret book. Oh, it's been written by hand and there are several pictures. There are a few words written in orange ink. That doesn't exist, does it? The artifact of divine fate. This is serious. I should get this book to the Archmage as quick as I can. As long as I don't bump into the sorcerer or his troll, I should manage to make Seastone by midday tomorrow. Shouldn't be a problem. Uh-oh.
어어? 함정인가? 원래 인디애나 존스에서는 다 무너지는 거였는데 여기는 그냥 돌 하나만 딸깍 떨어지네요. 아 이제 2장이야. 아 이제 2장 왔네. 갈 길이 멀다.